welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Lavella. We are continuing our Let's Play. This is Minecraft 1.16.1. It's a single player world. And of course, the sun's going down. We are headed to the desert. No more searching. We have coordinates. I got them from Mine Atlas. There are two deserts. One is northeast of us, one is northwest of us. The one that is northeast, I believe, is a little bit closer, so that's the way we're going to go. Oh, I forgot to leave. Don't need that. Okay. So, inventory's cleaned out a little bit. That's west, that's south, that's north. That's east, so we need to go that way. Let me watch my coordinates for a minute here. What are they? 1768 negative 804. Yep, that's the right direction. Off we go. We're going to use the boat a little bit more this time, speed things up a bit. That is, if I can drive. Just bouncing off everything. Seems like an awful lot of work to go to just to get some sand. And like I said, I know it's all around me in the water. I know there are beaches that we could have gotten it from, but I try not to get my world. Yes, I will mine forever underground, but that's not something that you see at a glance. Ew, nice. I like the ravines. Some of my old content, you may have, if you have watched any of it. If not, you're not missing out. You're really not missing anything. But if you have, you may have noticed that I kept referring to strongholds. Oh, excuse me. And they were not strongholds, they were ravines. That's how green I was. And the funny thing is somebody that I introduced to Minecraft that had never played Minecraft before is the one who had to teach me. That's a ravine, Lavella. Stronghold is that place you find. That's a brick fortress dungeon jail thing underground that has the end portal. That would be a stronghold. Oh, good. Let's get through here. Well, this is easier than going through a jungle, so I should not be complaining. And I didn't bring any wool with me. Again. I think I will grab one of these peonies. Because if I am correct, that should be the last two tall flowering bush that we need for our collection. Pretty sure that it doesn't. Hmm. I have a feeling we're going to wipe out some lily pads here. Well, that was a short trip. Now the clay, I will come. Oh wow, look at all these cows. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I will dig up clay, no matter where it is. Because you need too much of it, and it's too hard to come by. Now, once we get a villager trading hall set up, it'll be easy peasy, and I won't have to do that. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I really need to go to the doctor. I need to get my insurance information together, and I need to actually find a doctor. I haven't actually had a doctor for years because I could not afford medical insurance. And even with the Obamacare thing, I still couldn't afford insurance. To my knowledge, I never really researched it. I just never had enough money to do extra. By the time I paid my bills and bought groceries, put gas in my car, that pretty much took every penny I had. So, yeah, it's been a long time. But I need to go to the doctor and I need to have some tests run because I keep getting sick. And it's legitimate sick. I'm not just calling in to work because I don't feel like going to work. I keep having issues. And I need to go to the doctor and get them resolved before I end up losing my job. This is one of the best jobs I've had in a very long time. Now I'm not talking about enjoyment level. I do enjoy my job, don't get me wrong. But the job I had before, even though it was retail and even though it was a lot of hard work and it was hard on me physically and financially, I still loved it. But this job, I enjoy the job, I enjoy the people I work with, and the money is good. I'm not getting rich. The money is definitely good. And the hours are fantastic. The schedule is fantastic. The benefits are fantastic. So the last thing I want to do is end up losing my job because I can't stay healthy. So, as much as I hate going to the doctor, it's gonna have to be a thing. Because I need my job. We're only about 500 off, right? 1760 and negative 804. Okay, so that needs to. There we go. No, I'm losing both directions. There we go. I overshot something. Oh my gosh, it took me so long to learn how to use coordinates. I mean, I understood the concept, but in order to use them effectively, it took ages. I had a mental block or something. And I finally got to the point where I can look at the numbers and see which direction I need to be headed. So if you play Minecraft and you get frustrated trying to use F3 and trying to use the coordinates, you are most definitely not alone. I see that a lot in chats when I play on servers. People are like, how does this work? I can never get this to work right. For the longest time, and I don't know if this is a good practicing tool or what, but for the longest time, what I would do is I would just, like the X, which is the one that's farthest to the left, I would just go to that one first, and then I would turn whichever way I had to go to the other one, and oh my gosh, there's the desert. Hallelujah. And there's a ravine laughing at me. Ha ha, you found it, but you can't get there. Nanner nanner. Well, I got news for you, Mr. Ravine. We will go around. And I need a bed. Pretty sure I'm not going to find a whole lot of sheep in the desert. I will find a lot of mobs. Oh my gosh. I need sheepies. Wasn't there a village really close here? We are gonna get attacked. We could just... I know there was a village somewhere close here. And I can't tab out to look because it's dark. And they will eat my face. I do believe that's a village. Alright. Yep. Oh. Here I come. Stop it. Bad. Come on. Okay. Y'all need to go inside. Out stargazing. Hello. Okay, we're here. We might as well explore the village. I think this is cute how they've done this. A little water trough for the piggies. You don't have any beetroot, do you? By the way, if you are actually using this for your villagers, you might want to set that down there. Because what I have discovered is a lot of times they'll bounce up onto this and they'll bounce down onto the crops, and of course it smothers the crops. Farmer, good to know. A baby. We'll leave that. Does that mean we have a stone cutter somewhere? You're a nitwit. And you're a child. Okay. Well, that's who you really want watching your kid, is a nitwit. How do you not have a profession? Cactus. And they don't need to be jumping on it. Okay, armor. Alright, let's move this one down. I know it really doesn't matter that much, because the chances of us using these villagers and crops, yeah, maybe, maybe not. But okay, let us get our sand. Lord knows it took us long enough to find it. I guess the beetroot seeds we'll either have to find in another village somewhere, or maybe in a minecart chest in a dungeon, or in an abandoned mine shaft, or some minecart chest obviously would be in the mine shaft, and a regular loot chest would be in the dungeon. See, I can gather all this sand and I'm not hurting the terrain. Just shaving off a layer here and there. And there's a savanna. I don't think I'm going to take the time to get any saplings from here right now. Yeah, well, yeah, we're right here. We might as well. Alright, we'll get, we're just going to get 4 stacks. Oh. And of course, now that I've finally found a desert, I'm being a whiny butt thinking, oh, there's no temple. But I'm sure there's more desert over there that we can explore at another time and try to find a desert temple. Sunken ships, in my opinion, have pretty good loot. If you can find, the treasure chest, the one that has like the really good stuff in it. But second to that, I would have to say, is the desert temple. Okay. Gives us a little over 4.5 stacks. Let's get some acacia saplings and to go home. Acacia is so annoying to harvest. It's a pretty tree, the way it's designed, but it's such a pain to harvest. Let's clear this out so we can see the saplings as they fall. Oh goody, sticks. These are pretty horses. Okay, that is decaying. How many did we get? We got 4. I will say the foliage, or as far as the grass goes, it's less ugly when you get rid of the scraggly grass. But still don't like the color. And I realize that that's the way it actually is in a savanna. That the grass is more of a yellow hue, tint. But I don't live in a savanna in the real world either, so. Alright. We have 5 saplings. Oh, hang on. Almost gave up too soon. Alright, we're gonna call again. Time to go home. There we go. Screenshot the coordinates. I used to keep these little bitty miniature notebooks, little spiral notebooks. And I'd have a page for whatever world I was in. And I had lists and lists and lists of biomes for coordinates. But now I have found that it's easier for me to just screenshot the coordinates, and it's right there. You need a bed. I should have stole a bed from the village, but I didn't. I didn't bring shears either. That's alright. We can probably outrun them. One thing about all these trees, it's easier to dodge the arrows. Guess they lose line of sight. I hear ya. Oh, good. Well, we're not going to kill the camera until after we're home. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Y'all go that way, I'll go this way. How about that? Okay, we're not staying for all of that. Hey, yeah, puppies. Guess what's chasing me? Badness. You only care about the skeletons, but you can have those. Okay. Alright, alright. We're making progress. And you know, once we get situated, it's not going to be this much of a struggle. But right now, I mean, we're still looking for biomes. We don't even have all the saplings yet. We could. I just haven't made it to get the spruce yet. Sorry it's so dark. Sheepies. We safe enough for the moment? There we go. Problem solved. Ugh. Alright. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Yeah, sorry. Random singing, I know. It's probably best left undone. I see something laying all over the ground. Nope, that's chickens. Alright. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. We should be able to get home. Alright. Let's make sure we have enough wool for one more bed. Just in case. Excuse me. That's 3. Okay. It's really hard for me to pass up all this coal when it's just dripping out of the walls, just oozing and begging to be taken. Spruce is the only thing we don't have, the only wood we don't have the sapling for, not including all the new nether stuff. some of those. Let's get some saplings. I don't understand the nether thing because they are called mushroom stems, and so they're kind of like mushroom trees, but they make planks. So technically it's not really a tree, but and for those of you who get on servers and the first thing out of your mouth is, does anybody have any food for me? This is how you play Minecraft. You actually play the game. I know it's weird to have a game and actually play it. There was a person on one server, and even though a lot of times I don't participate in chat, I do watch it from time to time. A lot of times I don't notice stuff because I'm busy watching Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever, YouTube, usually streaming something while I'm gaming. Okay, that's one. So there's a lot of stuff that happens in chat that I do not notice. But every once in a while, I look up and I read up on chat, and you can see so and so joined the server, and within seconds, I mean, like, everybody says welcome, welcome, and the first thing this person says is, "Hey, who has free food for me?" And it just irritates the fool out of me. And then next thing you know, they're like, "Does anybody have any cobble? Does anybody have any wood? Does anybody have any this? Does anybody have any?" And I finally said something to this one person, and I said, "Do all of your sentences start with 'can I have'? Because the last 2 hours of chat, everything you have said has began with the words 'can I have'?" I said, "I have an idea. I know this is a bit crazy, kind of an abstract concept, but why don't you actually play the game?" Well, they didn't say anything else for a while. And I know I was kind of rude. But I'm not sorry. I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm not going to apologize for that. It's ridiculous. If you just want everything handed to you, just open a single player world, play in creative. Find a server that lets you play in creative. Why are you playing survival if you want everything handed to you? Why are you here? This is a survival game. This is about gathering resources and making things out of what you have gathered. It's about exploring and adventuring and hunting and all of those things. But if you have to have everybody give you your armor and give you your weapons and give you your food and give you everything, why are you here? Except to be a leech on society. And on the opposite side of that, from time to time, I notice people who have only been on the server for a short time, and you can see they get this advancement. Give it a minute, they got another advancement. Give it a minute, they got another advancement because they're actually playing the game. They're doing for themselves. And then once in a while, they'll say, "How do I do this?" They're not asking you to give it to them. They're not asking you to do it for them. They are asking, how do they do it for themselves? Because they're trying to learn so they can be independent. When I see that, I hope. People like that, if they catch me paying attention to chat, paying attention to what they've been doing. I had this one girl, I assume it was a girl, it was a female name, female skin. Anyway, the gender really doesn't matter. But anyway, so I'm going to call her a she because that's what she was representing with her avatar. So she says, she asked how to do something, and I can't remember. Or maybe it was obvious she was new. Because, she couldn't figure out why her crops, I believe that's what it was. She couldn't figure out why her crops weren't growing, or her trees, or something. And, she said, "I've irrigated them," and blah, blah. And okay, so I asked her if I could TP to her, teleport to her, and she accepted. And she didn't have enough lights, is all it was. And so I told her. And that's a very basic thing in Minecraft. So that told me that she was quite new to Minecraft. And yet, instead of asking for everybody to do it for her, she was doing it for herself. And then there was something else came up, and it was another question along those lines. One of those things that somebody who's been playing Minecraft for a while would just know. But if you were brand new, obviously, you're probably not going to know. So anyway, another question came up, and again I went and I showed her, and it was, again, something very simple to those of us who have been around for 9 years. And she was very grateful that I took the time to come show her and teach her. That impresses me. When you're willing to do for yourself and you're trying to learn so that you can be independent, that impresses me. And then on top of that, somebody in chat was asking for something. Now, it's different, if you've been on the server for a while and you're pretty close to like 5 to 10 of the other players, and you're like, "Hey Jane, can I borrow some cobble?" And she's like, "Sure, go get it out of my," that's a little different. Because there's probably a give and a take there, where they've borrowed stuff from you, you've borrowed stuff from them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about leeches. Anyway, this girl, somebody in chat needed something, and she offered it to them. She said, "Oh, I have extra blah, blah, blah." And I thought, she just got here. She's learning. She's trying to learn. She's helping others, and she's doing for herself. So I can't remember what it was. She asked me for my opinion. Oh, that's what it was. She asked me for my opinion on a build she was doing. Because, as I said, she was brand new. And she said she couldn't build. She wasn't a good builder. Which we had that conversation. Because I think everyone has the potential to be a good builder. It's just, it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Anyway, so I go over there and we get to talking, and I find out through the conversation, not because she asked. I find out through the conversation that she would really kind of like to build with a certain resource, but, it's something that's going to have to wait. So she's trying to make do with what she has. Well, she was wanting prismarine, dark prismarine at that, for a roof, which is quite pretty, but it's also very expensive. Well, I have quite a bit of money. I don't have a lot of money on that server. I'm not near as rich as a lot of people, but I have enough. And like I said, I make decent money and I work a lot of hours. So that server is one of the servers where you can donate money and get perks. Anyway, one of the perks is cash. I usually donate and get claim blocks, but sometimes I get the package deal where you're like upgrading from gold to diamond to emerald or whatever. But anyway, so I went out and I bought her a bunch of blocks and stuff. And I said, "Can I come back?" And she's like, "Sure." So I came back, and also I put everything in shulker boxes, which obviously she didn't have. And I gave it to her. And she's like, "What's this?" I said, "I want you to be able to build what you want to build, because that's what you want. I don't want you to have to limit yourself simply because you can't afford the block." And it was quite a bit of materials, and it was a little expensive. But the fact was, she had shown herself to be a positive, contributing member of that group, of that society, on that server. And when you see 15 leeches a day and 2 people that are actually trying to play the game and do for themselves, you want to encourage the 2. So, and I used to do that in Galaxies too. People would stand at the spaceport. "I'm new to the game. Can anybody give me credits? Can somebody give me credits?" And the thing is, they weren't even taking the time to type it. They had set it up as a macro. Star Wars Galaxies is one of the few games that is actually designed. The game actually allows for macros, AFK macros. And that's what they would do. They would stand there and AFK macro, begging. And so, of course, if they were begging, I would put them on ignore. But if I notice somebody in chat asking for help, they're like, "Hey, I just started. I'm not sure what to do first. Can anybody give me some advice?" Then I would probably stop what I was doing and I would go over there and I would say, "Hey, let me show you around. Here's the mission terminal. You can get missions and earn cash. And here are the trainers so that you can level up and blah, blah, blah." And if they were receptive, then that was one thing. Some of them, at that point, yeah, that was the right chest, would go, "Oh, well, that's too much trouble. Can you just give me some credits?" Well, that, of course, they went on ignore. If they said, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This is going to be fun." And I'm like, "Yes, it's a blast. It's a great game. Welcome to Star Wars." And they would just jump right in and start playing and doing their thing. And I'd say, "Hang on just a second. Come with me." And I'd take them home with me. And my main girl was a master architect, master tailor. And I would set them up with a house for free, with an outfit, clothes for free, just because they were not jerks and they were not leeches. So for those of you out there that might just be watching this video, if you're a leech, please stay off the servers. Just don't take up space. You're a waste of space. If you are new to Minecraft, feel free to ask questions. Make it clear that you are new and that you are trying to learn, and people will be more likely to help you. Anyway, once again, I forgot to start my timer. I have no idea how long this has gone on. And I got to talking, so it's probably been a good 45 minutes to an hour. Thank you very much for sticking with me. Bless your heart. Thank you for sharing your time from your day with me. It means a lot to me. And we will see you later.